Growing up, I always thought my life was going to be traveling around and saving the world and solving this problem and that problem, and everything was going to be great. And I think there's a certain amount of struggle that I hadn't accounted for. I think in my life it was very much a subtle over time through the way that my parents treated me. I kind of just developed this feeling that I was not valuable, that I was not worth anyone's time. I think I often felt lonely, but it was better than confirm my fear of myself that I'm not valuable, like I'm not worth somebody's time. When I got older, I eventually got brave enough to start a relationship with a woman, but the beginning of the relationship was really hard because the overwhelming feeling of shame was I'm not good enough for her. And I'm not good enough for her became maybe she's better off without me. And maybe she's better off without me became eventually maybe everyone's better off without me. All my greatest fears were sort of coming to the surface at the same time. I can't do anything right. I've got all these faults and flaws. That must mean that I am worthless. And I started entertaining suicidal thoughts. The real changing point for me was I met this guy called Rob who works for an organisation called Mercy, and he encouraged me to do the Keys to Freedom course, which I did. It took some time to kind of get into the habit of using the tools, but I like who I see in the mirror a lot more than I used to. You know, I'm no longer assuming that when someone points out a flaw in me that they're saying, you are worthless. I now have words to put to my emotions there, and I can say, that's just a mistake. That's not who I am. I'm allowed to make mistakes too. Seems to be a pretty common human feature. I guess Mercy has helped me to separate my fears and my anxiety from my identity. Life thinking that you're worthless is so miserable. For a lot of people, it's not worth living. So it's so important to realize your true value. I don't just see my failures anymore. I'm starting to see the good that I can do.